to keep it a buck with you, leaving a friendship without hurting somebody sounds real good, but in most cases is very unrealistic. Some way, somehow, feelings can be hurt, rubbed the wrong way, and I don't think that's necessarily how we should go about it. But instead, what we can do is limit the amount of pain and suffering that another individual could go through by doing one of few things. We ought to be honest with why we're leaving the friendship in the first place. Do not ghost the individual. All right. I know how easy it is to just kind of walk away and leave things alone. But all we do in the event of ghosting is just adding fuel to the fire. Nothing gets cleared up and everybody's in a pool of confusion. Be open to their response. Anytime you're about ready to get into a conversation in terms of why you're leaving the friendship, need to be open to hearing their response, their rebuttal, and anything that they may share in possible closing arguments of the friendship. And in the event of preparing for responses, be prepared for ugly ones too. Not all the responses that you're going to get in terms of leaving the friendship may be nice or kind in any capacity. There may be some answers you're given that are going to blow your mind. There may be some answers that are going to be given that frustrate you, anger you, sadden you, or any other emotion that you can think of as a result of having that conversation. In the end, the conversation is necessary because leaving that individual high and dry without knowing if they did anything wrong, or worse, if you did something wrong. Now we're just kind of moving at spaces and places where we really don't need to because we're forcing things that shouldn't be. Now, in the event of just leaving somebody, I will share this, that even though ghosting may not be the preference, if this is an individual who you've constantly told time and time again what you'd like to see changed in the friendship and they just couldn't care less and they've continued to repeat the same offense, at that point, there may not be a necessity to tell them you're leaving. It's probably just best to skedaddle on out of there. Because at this rate, they've already shown you how they really feel about the relationship, maybe not through words, but definitely through action. But in the end, also understand that I am not, or you are not, in control of the feelings of the individual you are approaching when it comes to possibly leaving the friendship. And because you can't control how this individual feels, don't burden yourself with thinking that you have to stay in the friendship or that you owe that individual because you can't seem to grasp why they would feel the way they would if you were to suggest leaving. So instead of trying to feel burdened and trapped about what somebody else is going to think if you try to leave that friendship, simply look to leave respectfully in grace so that there's no other turmoil that can be added to what's already there for the cause of you leaving the friendship. So remember, it might be an unrealistic thing to ask of somebody to not have their feelings hurt when a friendship is over, especially if it's a really close one. But if I wrap my mind always around the feelings of others and what they'll think of me and all of those kinds of things, then I'm possibly going to put myself in friendships that I don't want to be in. And now I'm forcing myself to be in because I feel like I owe people something, when in all honesty, you don't. Leave in respect and leave it at that and move forward, because again, the season may just be over. And hey, speaking of seasons, if you missed out on our conversation about seasons being over with friendships, be sure to click the link in the description and check that video out. If you're new, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you'll know the next time we're posting our next video. And your boys got a podcast, all right? Shooting them out to you every Tuesday and Thursday at midnight. Link is in the description. Give a listen. And as always, until our next conversation, be easy, be breezy. Peace.